Good morning, Macushla, and good morning, Bahamas. It's a wonderful Friday morning, and your traffic report comes to you live from Shirley Street. Parliament Street is just behind us. Now, important to note in this location is the addition of some traffic lights that were absent for quite a while. We're going to touch on that a little later, but joining us this morning to talk about all things traffic as ever is Sergeant Crestania Johnson of the Royal Bahamas Police Traffic Division. Thank you for joining us.
A pleasant good morning to you, and a pleasant good morning, Bahamas.
So can you tell us about these outstanding incidents that may have occurred overnight?
Okay, coming out of our overnight, we have had 15 accidents involving damage, 6 accidents involving minor injury, and 1 hit-and-run accident. At this time, we've had 15 persons hospitalized, and again, reporting back on our officer, he's home and he's doing well.
For that hit-and-run incident, did it occur with serious injuries? Is there...
Well, in that matter, we've had at least we had 2 matters. When the matter that we had on Blue Hill Road, that was with an overturned vehicle, that lady, she is in hospital. She's received injuries as a result of that. And the hit-and-run matter, we have that one just involved a vehicle hitting and leaving the scene. As usual, we encourage drivers all the time to please stay at the scene. But then we get into the whole idea of why they leave and into the instance of persons not having those vehicles licensed, not being covered to drive the vehicle, not having driver's license in their possession, all of these different factors, and they end up leaving the scene because they didn't want to face the consequences of their actions. But in the long run, we have, as you can see right behind us, these things we have implemented with the CCTV cameras, and we're going to be putting these in various areas. So yes, we're getting into that whole idea of implementing these things so we can decrease the amount of hit-and-run accidents and persons leaving the scene be able to track you.
Now, it's easy for drivers to forget that these traffic lights are newly here, and it's easy for them to run the light, and the CCTV cameras are right there watching.
Yes, they are.
What are some fines that we can incur if we are to run that light, cause a bit of trouble, all of that stuff?
Well, getting right back into the whole regulation and even into moving forward with technology. Now with the vehicles we have now, we register your vehicle and you're required to produce your official identification in order to get your driver's license, your passport, your voter's ID, all of those different stuff. That is attached to your vehicle. We know that because you have your title and your title when it's issued to you from the Road Traffic Department. Those items are strategically given to us, so when matters like these, the CCTV is to catch your vehicle or catch your license plate number. We're able to track that in the road traffic system, and there now, whatever fines is going to be attached to your license plate. So when you come in to license up your vehicles, then we're able to track you and say, hey, we have this matter outstanding for you.
Now, also with the light, people are sort of forgetting
Yes.
what the rules really are surrounding turning on left. So can you clarify those rules for us this morning?
Okay, let's get into this. When you stop at the traffic control light, there's a white line there. All right, that white line, you're required to stop at that white line. So whether you are on the main lane or whether you're on the turning lane, you're required to stop at that line. The law states you stop. Once you stop, you have to ascertain your way clear. And ascertaining your way clear, it simply means to make sure that no vehicle is turning in the direction that you want to turn into. If a vehicle is coming, you have to yield to that vehicle. Allow that vehicle to pass, and then you go. What we have seen is some persons, they stay there, I guess because they are not sure, and then some persons who speed up in front of the vehicle that has the right of way. If you do this, you are running the red light and you are hindering the flow of traffic for that other vehicle. So those fines range from, if you run the red light, it's $250 to $300, even going up to driving without due care and attention and dangerous and reckless driving, which goes up to those big fines up to $500 and the major fines in the courts. So we want to encourage persons as much as possible. If you're driving at these intersections and you come to that turn, yes, you can turn. It's an excellent thing that we put into place. You can turn, however, you do so with caution.
Now, there are some other fines that persons will be susceptible to, considering that this is the end of the month. This is January 31st.
Yes, end of January.
Tell us about this.
Yes, January has been a long year. Somebody told me a long year. But coming to the end of this month, today is the 31st. So we are urging all persons, if you had your vehicles registered last year, this now is the deadline for your vehicles to be updated. Your vehicle should now state 2021. It should not state 2020. If it states 2020, then that is invalid. So you're driving with an invalid certificate of inspection. You need to go and get that dealt with, have your insurance up to date, and carry it into the road traffic department so you can get your vehicles regulated to be on the streets.
And that does not mean getting creative, right?
No, it does not mean getting creative, because getting creative is fraud. We've seen before and going around on social media where we had persons who went to their decals and they got these little stickers and they were able to put that on top of the display that they had there. So when we come into your vehicle, guess what? There's something there that states void. If that void sticker, if when we come to your vehicle and we see that void there, then we know that this has been tampered with. Tampering with those decals, that is an offense. All of that constitutes some level of fraud. You have to have a reasonable excuse. Like somebody the other day, they said that they got their windshield wiper, their windshield that is changed. If that is the case, you come into the road traffic department, you show them your receipts, etc., and they will give you a new sticker. You just don't take those off your vehicle and you just feel inclined to do whatever you want to do with those. No, there's a procedure in place for that.
Alrighty, so January 1st means tomorrow is February 1st, which means there's going to be a lot of heavy police activity on the roads. They're going to be looking out for those persons with fake decals or decals that just are plain up, so you want to take a note for that. For now, we're going to toss it back to you in the studio, Makushla.